It's really been a trip and a journey, and we're now approaching. Actually, we're here now at a viewing deck here at Manipis Road, and we're going back to Cebu. And of course, our official driver and the owner of the car. Well, we're riding his car, and check this out, everyone. We're coming out. We're coming out. And our speaker now, our resource person today, Mr. Edson Cortez, is really coming out to the open. Yes. This car, folks, is really a clutch to this trip. But there's something that we are going to talk about today and how we navigate in life. And specifically, we're going to talk about being grateful. I'm so grateful we're here. After a great meal, wow. And then we ended up here before we go home. Let's talk about gratefulness as part of the tool in navigating in life.
Oh,
Let's
grabe
move
nga.
it, pre.
Grabe. Gratefulness ka na naman kaagad. Di mo lang ba alam na yung gratefulness na yan, mahabang proseso yan. Kasi bago ka makarating doon, may mga precursors yan na feeling or emotion eh. Kasi you can never totally enjoy or maximize the benefit of gratefulness, which is actually the fertilizer to our growing process.
Wow.
Okay.
Sweet.
That being a fertilizer, if you know the role of sunlight and sunshine and water and air, but if a plant is not fertilized, it cannot grow that healthy and that robust. But before we have that gratefulness which is in our heart, the very organ that stores this energy or this emotion, it has to begin in a long process of the life that has been navigating confused because of the wrong value system through the belief that we imbibe earlier on, okay? And until such time that we get to a point of accepting where we are flawed, okay? What were based on the experiences that were never that good in life, and we evaluated that it was because of some limiting beliefs. Then after we get to a point of acceptance or accepting it, are we ready to, live another higher value, which is confession, which doesn't have to mean you go to a confession room to reveal a sin, but it's just actually a pent-up emotion or something uncomfortable or disempowering in your heart that you need to be liberated from, okay? And so you open up to a friend, which is actually what confession is all about, which is very liberating because the moment you dissipate that energy from your heart, that will begin to clear up emotions that made you so comfortable, if not even stress you or made you sick. And the moment you're there, without you knowing, in the process, in transit, I would say, once you already experience or exercise confession, the next thing around will be forgiveness, which becomes automatic. You don't have to go and ask yourself forgiveness from whoever, but you give it to yourself as a matter of freeing you from the pains, from the burdens of such thought, just so you become or you live in freedom. And it will be then that the heart is open to accommodate gratefulness, which we said earlier, as the fertilizer to our growing process, pre. And don't you know that once you have that, well, you can imagine how you would, as a plant, grow being so fertilized. According to a study, I cannot quote because I forget, but it's in, I believe, Hartmouth and done by some scientists, that when you have this gratefulness in your heart, okay? And your heart will be measured with magnetism, which can be measured several feet away on your sphere of surrounding, upward and downward. But even when you're not allowed to say anything, what is in the heart, if there's that gratefulness there, that can be measured by a few feet away. And in terms of sphere of influence, for this fertilizer in you, which is gratefulness, again, from a study I cannot quote because I'm not ready to share this with you now. I learned about that this can help you influence around 500,000 people in your life. That's the power of gratefulness. That's why this is the mother of all virtues. And this eats up all the other negative feel or this empowering emotion the moment you reach this part in your existence where your heart has gratitude. What can you say about it?
Oh my goodness, pre. So this gratefulness thing can make you an influential person.
Of course, very much.
Whatever.
Brother, whatever it takes.
I'm so overwhelmed with what I've heard today. I'm schooled and I'm stoked. It is too much for me actually. Well, it's too much to be grateful in life, right? I don't know what are those things that you need to be thankful about. But today, let's give this guy our very good and our very big thank you because he gives us the enlightenment. How many people are we going to influence, Fred?
From what I know in my reading, around 500,000. But wait, there is another thing higher in terms of influence, and that will be something that we shall be sharing about. And gratefulness is just a precursor to that next value that we shall entertain in our next conversation. So, advise your friend to subscribe or follow.
Wow. So follow this guy, Mr. Edsel Cortez. Follow his page on Facebook and and my page as well. So thank you very much for joining us today. This is your Kuya Neil, your Coach Neil, your Pampansang pain reliever. And I do know we have ease your pain today. Remember, be grateful. And thank you, Fre. I'm so grateful about this friendship we have. Thank you. You're amazing, Fre.